Back with another lo-fi video. Hope you don't mind. It's just quick and easy just to film this stuff with the tab. So we're waking up to Extinction Rebellion, Hang Climate Change banner at the cenotaph. So crazy propaganda. As if like this isn't orchestrated by the establishment or anything. When we talk about the establishment, clearly we're talking about the Roman Catholic Church and her kings. I mean, could you imagine somebody having a wreath like that where it says "Stop Abortion" and hanging it up? Is that it? They'd be arrested and thrown in jail. But no, you know, it says here, Climate Change Act now, okay. So let's just back up what I just said. Here's the Pope and the Antichrist, and he goes in all these chambers of political power, making speeches on things such as climate change, etc. Times of the essence. See, time's running out according to the Pope. But what really are their goals on climate change? What do they intend to do to combat climate change? So one of them is getting rid of cars. Okay, they will eventually get rid of your car. And they're probably going to ban meat, from what I've seen. They'll say it's not sustainable. Okay, so we're now back on YouTube, but basically, if you ever wondered about why the Catholic Church is so completely out of line with any kind of Christian teaching, it is because they're following Hermes, who's called Trismegistus, I think that's how you pronounce it, who was like an ancient sorcerer, alchemist, etc. And there are some Hermetic writings still available, like some of them are in Nag Hammadi, but some of them are in separate places, like what's called Emerald Tablets of Thoth, which are alleged to have been found at the top of the Great Pyramid, who knows. But what put me onto this was the fact that when they were uniting all these world religions, it linked into Hermeticism, that they believed that there was a single common theology in all these religions, uniting them. But what I wanted to do is, if you click on this, right, it'll bring you into this, I'll just pause it here. If you look at the bottom one, the principle of gender, these are basically seven Hermetic teachings, devilish, obviously. At the bottom one, the principle of gender, it very much describes what they're completely obsessed with and constantly repeating about you're not born biologically with a set gender, and you should be able to choose your gender. These are just ancient, wicked teachings, look. I mean, this video is a quarter of an hour long. I could go into it, and you can hear on this video maybe, but the other interesting one was cause and effect, the one above it. See those other ones, those five that are above, were kind of a bit, I don't know about hippified, but they weren't really that interesting. But the last two were kind of interesting, because very much the case with the Illuminati, this cause and effect, it was basically the implementation, or their effect upon the masses enabled them to be causers. So they caused, because they're few, they caused this purpose to come on upon the masses, and the masses were affected by the cause. And I'll go through it here, maybe.
Consciously, but the master does this consciously.
This is all like hippie stuff.
And it explains that everything
Cause and
happens
effect.
according to law, that nothing ever merely happens, and there is no such thing as chance. That while there are various planes of cause and effect, the higher dominating the lower planes, still nothing ever entirely escapes the law.
Okay, but I mean, let's just remember, the reason I'm playing this is because the people who are in charge of the governments are all they're all following this wickedness. If you look into Hermeticism, Hermes Trismegistus, it's basically a lot of these Illuminati types were Hermeticists, like Isaac Newton, who invented the nonsense gravity.
This principle embodies the truth that there is gender manifested in everything, the masculine and feminine principles ever at work. This is true not only of the physical plane, but of the mental and even spiritual planes. On the physical plane, the principle manifests as sex. On the higher planes, it takes higher forms, but the principle is ever the same. No creation, physical, mental, or spiritual, is possible without this principle. An understanding of its laws will throw light on many a subject that has perplexed the minds of men. The principle of gender works ever in the direction of generation, regeneration, and creation. Everything and every person contains the two elements or principles of this great principles within.
See what he just said? He said every person contains the two elements of the gender. You see, these things that they're implementing upon society, it's also referred to as existentialism, I think. Or is it? No. Externalization. Meaning what these secret societies have been doing all along. They are now trying to influence the general public into copying. But they don't tell you it's, ancient sorcery, wicked, all these Illuminati people. So let's just have a look at Hermeticism on Wikipedia. It's a religious, philosophical, and, esoteric tradition. So, Biden just won the election, unless you've been living in a cave somewhere, you'd know that. But look at the propaganda already.
This is your first presidential election.
About transgenders.
Hi, Mika, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm the proud mom of two girls, 8 and 10. My youngest daughter is transgender. The Trump administration has attacked the rights of transgender people, banning them from military service, weakening non-discrimination protections, and even removing the word transgender from some government websites.
Biden's Catholic, remember? I mean, probably so was Trump. I mean, he went to Fordham, which is a Brooklyn Jesuit college, but let's carry on.
How will you, as president, reverse this dangerous and discriminatory agenda and ensure that the lives and rights of LGBTQ people are protected under U.S. law?
Well, flat out just change the law. Eliminate those executive orders, number one. You may recall, I'm the guy who said...
everybody must want their kids to be transgenders, right?
I was raised by a man who, I remember I was being dropped off. My dad was a high school educated, well-read man who was a really decent guy, and I was being dropped off to get an application in the center of our city, Wilmington, Delaware, the corporate capital of the world at the time.
Whatever. I can't be bothered to listen to this guy. He's completely corrupt. You've seen all the touchy-feely, evil paedophile kind of stuff. But where are we basically headed? It's the demonic societies where we're headed, right? See, look, these videos, the Hermetic teachings of Tahuti. This is Egyptian. Another video, the 7 Hermetic principles, similar to the one we looked at before. But look, what's the image in the middle? Or Masonic, right? What's this one? Hermetic health. Look at this image. Looks like the devil in the middle to me. Magic and the Hermetic tradition. Sorcerers, folks. What is Hermeticism? Look at the imagery. Sorcerers. So if you look at Hermeticism, he has these principles. One's alchemy, one's astronomy, and the other one is called theurgy. You might not know what this is, but it's basically demon summoning. The description here says theurgy describes the practice of rituals, sometimes seen as magical. Well, you know they are. Performed with the intention of invoking the presence of one or more, it says deities. Ah, yeah, but they're demons. You see, the way everything's described now on the internet, it's all so grey. But only the truth makes things black and white. And we know the truth is the whole world is under the habitation of demons. Babylon the Great.